Hello, welcome to game 4 of the match against Spirala. We have a nice kingdom on the board here. I actually missed something in this kingdom and we'll talk about it later. So there's Sia, Vampire. Sia can draw. Vampire is great for gaining cards and for trashing. So it seems like you want to, target those two cards. How do you get there? How do you build? Well, Fisherman is a great card for getting to 5. So we'll buy a Fisherman and raise. We need the raise at some point to thin out the deck. So I think we open the same way, raise and Fisherman. That much is pretty clear. You could try Moat on Silver or something. Moat could work with, the plazas could block out the odd vampire attack here and there. Sia could pick up the Moat as well. But I opted for the vampire instead, and I do manage to get to a vampire here. Now, you'll see what happens. Spirala misses out on the vampire, only gets a silver there, and misses out on the vampire for some time. So I definitely had my fair share of luck in this first part of the game. I trashed an estate with the raise here, picked up a vampire, and I go for a second raise. I don't really know why. Maybe Plaza is better there. I have another Fisherman for Spirala, so still no vampire from them yet. Right? And meanwhile, I'm able to see my vampire and play it. Go for a silver vampire. This is a great hex, probably the best hex given the situation. Discard down to 3. So if they had vampire money, maybe they can't get it now. Go for a Sia. They still get up to the vampire. Good for them. It's about time. And they get a second vampire, I believe. So that's a good option. 2 vampires is usually the number that people buy in a game. Yeah, you see the second raise isn't doing anything here. So that was a bad buy for sure. Because now I want to get a 5 cost. And here I come up with a plan, I think. And my plan is to take advantage of Guild Hall. So what I'm going to do is buy a Horde, buy a Guild Hall, and just hit provinces, collect coffers, and keep going from there. Because in my mind, okay, there's no buy and there's no other gain outside of Vampire. Sure, I could gain Duchy, but I have one. I could gain my Duchy here and there. And I'm pretty far ahead given how the Vampire Shuffle worked out. So I felt comfortable. I felt great to be able to do something like that. So here I go for the Guild Hall first, not the Horde. Because if I go for Guild Hall first, then I buy the Horde, I get a coffer. Hooray. So Guild Hall there. Vampire will go ahead. Could give me a Sia, but I go for this Highway instead. Just in case, I don't really know why I got the Highway there. I was planning to pick up more Sias as well. So if I play the Highway first, that'll drop the cost of the Sias, and then I play Sia, and Sia could pick up Sias. Very powerful effect. Very, very powerful effect. Anyways, I have the Highway now. And these raises are not doing anything, and I might as well trash them given that the Highway is in the deck now, so they won't see 2 cards. If they trash themselves, they'll only see 1 card if the Highway is in play already. So I have one part of my plan set up, which is the Guild Hall, and now I get the Horde and trash all the coppers from my deck. So my deck is looking real nice. All the coppers gone, I've trashed everything, I have my Horde, my Guild Hall set up, things are looking peachy. And I'm not overly concerned with what Spirala is doing because I feel so far ahead. They trash one of my fishermen here, again a plaza for it, more coffers, good stuff, never miss province, That's the vibe there. So here I stop, I don't need to trash this raise yet, so why would I? Get the province, get the gold, get the coffer, and pick up another Sia with my vampire here. Vampire gets exchanged to bat. Now my bat options are a bit limited, but it's fine. I could probably trash a silver, given that I'll be collecting gold relatively frequently here. So another Highway for Spiral, and still I didn't see it. You all see it already. A 3rd Highway. I still didn't see it. Like, okay, fine, Highway, whatever. I don't care. I'm just doing what I have to do. I'll discard a treasure here and buy my province and move along. So here's province number 2. Things are going well. Trash the raise with the bat. Great, get our vampire back. No problem. Everything is looking fine and dandy. Lots of coppers I'm seeing in Spirala's deck there, so I feel far ahead, very, very far ahead. 3 coppers here. You know, they don't have any provinces. They go for another vampire. Right, so they have 3 vampires now to my 1. Right, which is, again, fine. Still didn't see it. Still didn't see it. Right, so they have 3 highways on a vampire. If you don't see it, I'm just giving you the clues. You know, they have 3 highways. They have a vampire. I get my 3rd province, and I'm gonna get a 3rd seer here off of this vampire. And, well, the problem with me is that I miss that highway and vampire works well. That with 3 highways in play, vampires can now gain provinces. And this is a bit awkward now because they have 3 province gainers in hand. They've drawn the deck. The coppers are fine because they can use them to buy a province. So already, right now, they are in a position to get 4 provinces. Completely missed the highway vampire thing. So they are in a position to get 4 provinces right now, right? Now it doesn't make sense to do that. They would go to 24 points. And actually it's fine because I don't have a vampire. They could get the 4 provinces now and I can't win. Because I'll get 1 more. And that'll only put me at 22 points. So they could make the play now. But they opt not to, which is fine too. Very reasonable thing to do as well. Why you don't need to junk the deck up if you don't have to. So instead of going for they do buy a province. Yeah, never mind. They do buy a province, but they do not convert their vampires into province. I realize on this turn that, wait, I'm in danger. You know, like the Simpsons meme. Yeah, I'm in danger. So they just buy the province and nothing else. So they do not convert any of their vampires into provinces, right? 3 of them. They could empty the provinces on this turn, however. So I do see enough of my deck. You know, I have all the pieces that I wanted in the deck. Yeah. But what does he play for me now, right? I don't have a play. I don't have a play. Like that province buy from them last turn just locked me out of the game completely. I cannot gain anything because I have a bat, not a vampire. The only thing I can do is buy a duchy. Puts me to 19 points, but Spirala comes along next turn and gains 4 provinces, which knocks me out of the park. So the only thing I can do is hope they see their hand full of coppers and vampires, and then I could buy a province now and a province next turn and hopefully get away with that. But that is very unlikely. But thanks to my folly, this is the position that I've worked myself into here. Do we get it? Do we see the brick? That doesn't look like a brick. No, there's no brick. And we lose game 4 in spectacular fashion. I might have had complete oversight on my part. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.